Hello and welcome to the Anfield Boot Room. I'm just going to do a bit of an end of season wrap up. Have a little bit of a statistical dig into all the players and the areas that will be developed, and hopefully show that after 2 years in charge of Liverpool, things are going my way, and we're improving. Right, so we start off with goalkeeping situation, fairly decent. We did concede too many goals. That is just fact. Timo Horn got conceded just less than a goal a game, just more in the league, with 9 clean sheets. So it's good. He got man of the match once. It's good. It's not amazing. He's a leading Premier League player. He is going to improve a little bit more still. So, actually, no, we can't take his word. Oh, bugger. I've just realised. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's super annoying. Right, let me. Because my assistant manager just retired. Oh, I've got Bruno Conte. Oh, thank God for that. So Bruno Conte is my head of youth development. He is an absolute beast of a staff member. If we just have a little look at him, by the way, he is. I mean, fucking what? So Peter Herman, he just retired, as did a few of my scouts. So I'm looking to bring in a new one. I've offered a contract to Julian Nagelsmann, who is the kind of young boss of like Hoffenheim, except in this one he's like an under-19s manager, whose contract is actually running out. So that favours me. Hopefully I can get him, and they won't retain him over in Hoffenheim because his stats are quite good. But yeah, Bruno Conte. He's like an amazing coach, amazing at working with youngsters, amazing at judging, motivating, determination, tactical knowledge. Basically, he should essentially be a manager. I don't know if he ever has been a manager. He played for Roma a lot and was manager of Roma for like 3 months, so not really. So he was head of youth development for like, I feel like he wasn't head of youth development for over 30 years, over 40 years. That didn't happen. I'm going to decide that didn't happen because he was also at that time a player of Anzio, Roma, and Genoa. So this is all obviously nonsense, but he is a good yardstick to use for assessing the players. And I'd been robbed of my assistant yardstick, but no, we can use Conte instead. So that's fine. He is my best goalkeeper, Timo Horn. Koval is okay. Still developing as a goalie, and as you can see, statistically a bit worse at stuff, a little bit better at shot stopping, but that's about it. They both look like quite happy chappies. I think. Well, the one thing I have done already before even doing this assessment is bring in where is he? Oh yeah, there's the job offer to Julian Nagelsmann. Geronimo Rully. So yeah, he'll be joining. My scout told me that he would be available. So he's as good now as Horn is going to get, and he's going to improve, basically. So he's someone that I had my eye on for a little bit, and they were saying, no, you won't get him. And then the most recent scout report said he's available for 8 to 10 million. And so he's consistent. He enjoys big matches. He's great at one-on-ones. He's a real sharp keeper at the shot stopping, and he's also pretty damn good at everything else. So I haven't broke the bank, but he'll be coming in. I feel like he'll be boss for a season, and then Horn will be back up, and I'll send Thingy Bob out on loan and still have the miserable, whatever his name is, Ward, who I've had to chuck into the reserves because he was getting a bit aggy. But yeah, they're both getting there. Yeah, he's quite good as well. He'll be a 3-star goalkeeper. Horn will be a 3-star goalkeeper, and Rully will be a 3.5-star goalkeeper. And they're all leading Premier League candidates. Just some are better than others. So in defence, we're going to ignore the defensive midfielders. Eder was a standout star. Oh dear me, I might sneeze. No. Oh, I feel like I'm right on the verge of it. God, that's lovely. Anyway, so yeah, Eder, he's improved massively. His marking is absolutely sensational. So is his strength. He's a bit of a beast in that left centre back slot. He's a world class player according to Bruno Conte, who does get injured every now and then, and that has happened a little bit. But he's consistent, enjoys big matches, and he's played really, really well this season. Much better than last season as well, which is great. Kurt Zuma has joined him, being a top performing centre back, brought in January. He will be a homegrown English player next season, and we need those. So he is also consistent, big matches. He's an absolute rock at the back. He apparently will not get much better. I feel like he can. He's 21. He can just push those out. So 17, 16, 17. That would be really good. I'd like to see that. If not, then no worries. No hard feelings. Someone who got a lot of names was Soul. Did a lot better than last season. Last season he was terrible. This season he was much better, and he's going to be absolutely cracking, crack-a-lacking, consistent, big matches. Apparently his work ethic is a bit of an issue, but he's already at 20 years of age, a leading Premier League player, and you know what? That's good enough for me. I'm just realising, okay, cool, I have a bit of a command of the time because I can often, these can run away from me. Basically, Soul is big, he's quick, he's great at tackling, he's good mentally, he's a bit lazy, but that's fine. I kind of almost like that. Mamadou Sakho has been another rock. He's suffered against big teams because I always play him against the big teams, so that's why he's got a slightly lower average rating. He was in demand, so I gave him a £60 million asking price, but yeah, he's top quality and yeah, worth every penny of his 18 million. Mostly, yeah, fine. Mamana has got a good few games in. He's such a well-rounded centre back. I love that. His ability to play passes is really great. He's not going to hit the heights that he did in my Charlton game, which is unfortunate. He will still manage to be a leading Premier League central defender. He is consistent. And I like that a lot. He dreads playing in big matches, which is, again, unlike previously. I'm just going to take a little sip. As a side note, I'm watching Senegal, Colombia in the background. Standard stuff. Alessio Romagnoli came in and played well. He's a good Premier Division centre-back. And basically will improve. So that's good. He can, if he goes up again, like Zoom, if he goes up 1 or 2, then actually he's going to be a proper quality centre back. And yeah, 8.5 million might turn out to be an absolute steal. Bazoa has not played massively in this game, but he's such a lovely, well-rounded guy. I want him to become a natural centre back. He's a bit, yeah, he's going to get there. He's going to get good, and I'm pretty happy with that because he'll be homegrown. So another one. I mean, I don't know how he compares to the likes of, like, for instance, oh bloody hell, just mucked that up, didn't I? The likes of Dragovic. So yeah, he's 19 years of age. So really, I should flog Dragovic for all he's worth and just play Bazoa instead, because Bazoa will improve into that gap. Someone, yeah, who's not played that well this season, and so I've dropped him and not played him as much, not been as reliant on him in big game scenarios because I've been playing Soul instead, is Alexander Dragovic. Excuse me, hitting the mic there. It's my hay fevery nose. Oh, dear me, I'm suffering. Yeah, so Dragovic is very well-rounded, mentally brilliant, physically brilliant. I mean, he's just good. He's just really good. But he's not going to improve any more, and so he was always a little bit, just a little bit of a placeholder in this team. I didn't like to tell him or anything, but yeah, he was a good option when we needed that. I feel like now we've brought out our portfolio of centre backs, so I might look to move him on. Someone who is wildly unhappy, didn't play at all, but I don't think I will yet be looking to move on, is Andre Wisdom. He actually even will be reasonable, and he's Liverpool homegrown, and he gets on my nerves, but I'll say it again, he's Liverpool homegrown. So yeah, just gives me that option, basically, so I don't have to have 0 Liverpool players in the Champions League squad thing, which is potentially annoying. Okay, so moving on to centre or defensive midfielders. My standout as last season was now captain Jordan Henderson. What a good player. He's on a little bit of a decline at the minute, but he'll be fine. He's 25 years of age. He's a brilliant all-rounder. He's a world-class, according to Bruno Conte, big game player, consistent, naturally fit, which I've actually found really useful because then he can play, basically he can comfortably play 2-3 games in a week. And that is actually quite a valuable attribute, which I've not fully capitalised on before. But yeah, he had an even better season than he did last season. So yeah, hopefully no one will try and buy him. I might actually, yeah, I could try and offer him a new contract. Well, yeah, I'll do that in a minute. Emre Can, his mate, was up there with him. I don't know if he's a bit concerned about the training. I tell him to shut his fat face because he's learning to be a bit more flexible, and that is no bad thing. His marking is not one of his strong points. That's why I'm training him on marking. Also his positioning. So shush. Big matches, consistent, world class, cool. 45 grand a week. Again, I'll look to give him a new contract as well, in all likelihood. Someone who's a bit upset. Oh yeah, all the RGs kicked off. So Mighty Mouse, Lucas Badger, and Mamana it was. So because of a team talk, yeah, thought basically what again? Dynamo Rostov. I mean, that is how strange is that? Unhappy with his manager's Haas team talk against Dynamo Rostov. I mean, that's really weird because it definitely wasn't against Dynamo, but yeah, all the RGs kicked off because they're all mates. Mighty Mouse is going to be awesome. He's going to be kick-assly awesome as long as he fucking chills his bones. He's got a good high work rate. I like him. He's a little, well, he's a Mighty Mouse. That about sums it up. But he's played really well this season and is a valuable option off the bench. Someone else who is valuable off the bench and has started a decent number of games, Lucas Badger, had a bit of a go recently because he has not played that many games. But he's top notch, leading. I think he maybe can get a little bit better. There's an extra get. See, with all these players who are like 22 and leading Premier League players, I feel like if they get to 25 and they've played loads of games and all that stuff, then surely they'll improve. But anyway, cool. Leon Goretzka, not really a defensive midfielder, and none of these guys are either. So really, it's those 4 that I've focused on. Other people are out on loan. I don't know if I'll get a chance to go through the people on loan. Right, so the rest of the midfield, Sterling, an assist every other game, basically. He's top notch. He's getting better and better. Physically, he's a specimen, apart from jumping because he's a midget. He's good at dribbling. His decision making has actually been really impressive. And he can play all across where that kind of triangle of where I actually play midfielders. So I'm really happy with him. Won't give him a new contract because I gave him a new contract last year. Cool. He's a good lad. I don't know. They probably say he's world class, wouldn't they? Yeah, he's world class. Cool. So my next highest rated attacking midfielder is actually technically Kennedy. How strange. Although he's played a fair few games up front. I don't know what the spread is. So let's have a look at. So he played up front there, played up front, played left mid. Okay, yeah. He's played inconsistently, but actually done really well. He scored a lot of goals. And yeah, he's poor in the air, but he's a good, all well-rounded player. Ooh, Senegal just had a bit of a chance. Maybe they'll regret not scoring that later in the game. Like I will regret not taking a second antihistamine tablet. Oh my god, I am just dying right here. Anyway, Kennedy's good. He's going to be homegrown. He's consistent. Maybe his potential has been limited slightly. But yeah, he's cool, and I'm going to keep him. Jose Gaya has been amazing. Was the man of the match in the FA Cup final. He's going to get proper good. He's very consistent. I've converted him into a natural winger, and then I'm also training him on the right wing and training him on his weak foot, which he should still be doing. Oh, no, he's not. Okay, he's fed up of doing personal training. That's fine. But yeah, essentially his training is targeted at getting these like passing better and stuff like that, so he can do more fancy stuff and less hard-worky defensive stuff, which is you know, an attribute still. Then you've got Felipe Coutinho. Felipe Coutinho. Yeah, I'm training him on his long shots. He needs to get better long shots, but he is a top quality player. He's still improving, which is a great sign according to Bruno Conte. Very consistent, very skillful, enjoys big matches. That's what I like. I don't know how long his contract's on for. That's fine. Good stuff all round there. Memphis played a lot of games this season. Not been maybe at his best. Oh, but look at his stats. They're really good. He's a really, really good player. I'm not sure I'm getting the best out of him, but he's consistent, big game, brilliant physically, brilliant technically. I think he might have to take over free kicks. And yeah, good, strong season from him. I don't know actually if I compare him and Gaia. So yeah, Gaia's got. So he needs more assists to his game because he's played way more. More assists. Gaia had better tackling, which is understandable, but then he also had the same amount of dribbling. And better shot on target. That's not brilliant. It's not brilliant. So yeah, I would think that Memphis would be playing a lot better than Gaia, but he's not. Oh dear, they're tickling my nose. I'm so sorry. It's really getting the better of me. Leon Goretzka. So yeah, he's a very good all-round midfielder. I'm trying to train him to be an attacking midfielder. He's really good in the air, good at good big game player. Because he's kind of almost like a striker's shape. You know, he's like a well-rounded striker. So I think it'd be great to have him just in there, and have that finishing and aerial prowess coming through. He's going to improve, and he's a good asset off the bench because he's very flexible. So it's good. Yuri Tielemans played more and more towards the end of the campaign because I realised that I'm essentially wasting him if I don't. He's a little bit susceptible to injuries. He's a little bit precious, but he's a big game player and he's potentially world class. So that's all good. I've retrained him to be a right winger because I really, you know, take advantage of that speed, that vision, good crossing. Basically, once I'm done doing that, I'll then train him to be an AMC as well. And yeah, see how that goes really. Because he's potentially a very good player and homegrown too, so a nice touch there. Someone who's backing him up and has played a fair amount of games, especially off the bench, is Maximilian Meyer. Yeah, he's technically fan-bloody-tastic. Really good at finding the pass as well. Because obviously when he comes off the bench, it's more difficult to have an impact, but he's still done quite well. Big matches, consistent player, skillful, improving. If he's a leading Premier League player now, then I mean that's pretty good for the future going forward, because I think he's like 19 or 20 now. He's 20 now. But yeah, top quality player, homegrown Liverpool product. That's what you're looking at right there. Morata hasn't really played. Lozano's not been great. His stats have got better, and he looks like a really great right winger. He really does. He did get injured, but he's consistent and big game, but he's consistently not that great. Disappointing, especially with his now limited potential. That's been brought down a bit. I'm a bit annoyed. Gerson has not played very well, but has improved massively, and he is brilliant. I reckon he's going to be absolutely bloody fantastic. If Gaia hadn't played so well, Gerson maybe would have got more games. But yeah, he's good now. He's going to be even better. He's going to be homegrown, and he did cost a fair whack, but he's got all of the skills needed to either play that AMC slot or that left wing slot. With the crossing and the pace that he's got. So happy with him. Konoply Anchor is off. He played very infrequently and was not very good anyway. So I don't feel like I'm missing a lot there. How long have I been talking for? A fair whack. Right, Balotelli, 40 goals in 36 games, 13 man of the matches, shot target ratio of less than 50%, but still so many goals. So it tells you he's taking a lot of shots, but it's worth it. His technical stats are fucking unbelievable. Physical stats, also brilliant. Mentally, obviously, work rate, teamwork, let himself down a bit, but he's in demand. Apparently just from Tottenham, which is weird, seeing as he just won like best Premier League player or whatever it was. He's a fan favourite now after a few seasons of goal scoring exploits. He scored 31 in 39 for me last season. He scored 40. Although, yeah, the pens, he takes all the because he never misses a penalty. So that's pretty useful as well. No, but he's a good lad. I've mostly kept on the right side of him. He's a bit unhappy about the training. He's a bit on because I'm training. I think he's training his weak foot because I figure like if he could hit the types of shots he hits with both feet, he would be absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, so actually the next highest there is Carlos Baiano, who's doing incredibly well. Yeah, just actually unbelievably well. Physically good, mentally good. He's well-rounded. He's not good in the air. That is noticeable when he's playing on the pitch. They're saying he's topped out his potential now at 3.5 stars, leading Premier League player, but he's 20 years of age. I feel like he can get a bit more and a bit more. I'm hoping he can increase, but he's a big game player. He's consistent. He's a Liverpool homegrown product, and yeah, really showing his value. So last season, 19 goals in 18 starts. This season, 27 goals in 26 starts. So the more you start him, the more goals he gets. That seems to be a good way to be going. So someone who's not been so good is Daniel Sturridge. He's obviously a very good player. Obviously, like, but so big game, consistent, susceptible to injuries. And that has been shown this season as he's played a lot less. So 17 goals in 34 last season, 6 goals in 16 starts this season. I feel like I'm just going to bang him on the transfer list because he takes up a lot of wages. And if you compare him to the likes of, I don't know, like, well, in terms of actual performance, obviously Carlos Baiano, he's not a patch on him. Carlos Baiano outstrips him completely. If you compare him to Gabriel Barbosa, similar. He's better. Barbosa's better mentally, technically, vision. Sturridge is a bit better at finishing. But then Barbosa's 19, so I feel like you can't take that out on him. Someone I did want to compare him to is Cagliari, because Cagliari is similarly pointy like that. Sturridge is. It's interesting. I might bang him on the transfer list. Hopefully I can get some decent money for him because my club are increasingly complaining that they don't have much in the way of funds. I don't really know why. They just gave me 35 million and then I spent some of it and then I'm like, oh, can we do this? And like increase. Oh yeah, that was it. On my training and youth facility improvements got absolutely pushed into the crapper. I don't really know why. Like, how can this club be it's probably down to me, isn't it? But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, cool. So you got Kennedy scoring some goals. You got Gabriel Barbosa scoring and creating. He's very good player. He's going to get even better. Consistent, big matches. Good lad. 8.5 million. Very well spent there because he's got a lot of ability and he looks a little bit menacing in his picture. A little bit brooding. The backup brigade of the strikers who played less well. You've got Cagliari, who we just had a quick look at. Yeah, he got injured. He is susceptible to injuries, but I picked him up for not very much money, and I thought that kind of finishing power. They also told me he was going to get a lot better, and then his potential immediately collapsed, which I was a little bit annoyed about. But yeah, big games, consistent, can score a lot of goals. That's just the way it is. Malcolm is someone who's, I don't know, I'm just disappointed. Like, he should be getting better. Should be getting better, like Baiano's getting better, but he's not. He's still got it in him. He's still got it in him. He has, definitely. He didn't score a league goal, though. So, it's... And he's got, he's 12 on finishing, doesn't exactly speak of a predator. I've trained him on the left wing, so he can maybe bog off out there. But Gabriel Jesus, he's really good. His potential is holding up mostly. He struggled to score a goal for a long, long time. Scored his first league goal very recently. But yeah, I like him. He's good. And he'll be homegrown as well. So that's always a bonus. So that's the squad as it stands. There will be additions of young players and also Geronimo Rulli. I don't think I've got any more other than Rulli, who's not like basically 12. Even though obviously, oh no, Luciano Acosta. Basically, they're telling me that he could be unbelievable. He's a little bit susceptible to injuries, which is annoying, but I'm getting him for 5.5 million. And so, 5 stars, a 5-star scouting diagnosis from multiple scouts now. I feel like that should be a virtual guarantee that that he's going to be at least decent. Come on. Right, so yeah, that's how the current team looks. There's obviously a lot of players out on loan, who I will look to then shift on, in fact. So like Lazar Markovic has done well. Actually, can we look at the stats for these guys? Stats overall. Oh, these are their stats for Liverpool, I believe. Are they? No, they're the stats for the under-21s. Right, so if I go squad, then I look at the under-21s. These are the stats for their teams. That's better. So Luka Jovic has gone out. Oh, got injured. Fuck. He's gone out to Benfica and done really, really well. Good lad. He only came in January. I sent him straight out the door. He can hopefully realise that potential, because actually his potential isn't great. Someone whose potential was great, certainly at the start of the season, and still is holding up. Divock Origi. He's had a really good season in the Premier League. Big game player, consistent player, former Charlton player, so I've got experience with him before. He's a slightly different kind of player this time. He's very, very quick, very, very physical, needs to develop those technical stats a bit more. But yeah, still good. Jesse hasn't played that much for Spurs. I thought he would. He's still very, very good. Wants a chance for first team football. Yeah, he might well get that as I move him on. Yezil will be going out the door. Arrilaga has done well wherever he is, apparently, because that's... Oh, this is just the strikers. Christ, I've got a lot of players in the under-21s. Enesh Unal has done amazingly at Leeds. He's him and Rishi the Ziv will be looking to push, because they've both scored a lot of goals in the Championship. Guido Vidal has maybe been a bit more disappointing. Carlos Fernandez has done well at Charlton, but is clearly not getting those average ratings very high up. Jose Fidalgo has gone to Southend. My God. Abel Casquech has gone to... Oh no, he's gone to Independent, so at least that is a relevant one for him. Who has gone out on loan here? So Nicola Leali has played over 50 games for Wolves. I hope they... Oh no, they've done quite well. Let's have a little look at the table. So my clubs are Wolves, and then also Leeds. Oh, and Charlton survived, so that's nice. And Millwall went down. Even better. Amazing. So yeah, the fact that you can send them out on loan and they'll get 50 odd 40 games experience, that's really, really good. So like Batista's got over 30 games experience now. And that's awesome. So other people have played well. Kondogbia has played well in the Premier League for West Ham. That can only be good for his resale value. Golo Lungo, good old Tonek, done quite well for Leeds. Flanagan, well, he's played for me. He scored a goal. He can shut up because he's also a Liverpool homegrown player. Felix Paslak has actually been awesome out on loan at Barnsley. They keep telling me how awesome he is, playing everywhere, all over the field, as you can see. And then he tore his hamstring, which is unfortunate. But he's played 50 games. So, and also Christopher Ayer has actually been playing really well in the French First Division. So these are all players who can come through or can get sold off. Thiago Ilori will probably get sold off for whatever he's worth because he's on 25 grand a week. Nicola Ferraroni, done well at Oxford. Thiago Ribeiro, he looks to be a real superstar. He's got proper potential. And I'm again retraining him for that. Sort of like Jose Gaya for that left wing role. So we'll see how that goes. Jesus Vallejo has played well at Newcastle in the Premier League. Yeah, there's a lot. There's even more. Let's just do the midfielders, and then I will wrap this up. It's not been particularly interesting, I guess, but it's always good to look at these things. So Kranovita playing absolutely incredibly over at Benfica. I mean, he's a brilliant defensive midfielder. He just is, and the fact that I got him for 7.5 million, and yeah, he's awesome. That's quite satisfying. So these guys have already been through. Bernardo Silva's done well over at Swansea. Look at his little face. So he actually plays for Man City now, worth like 40 odd million in real life. But yeah, let's see. I don't think I'll get that much for him. Tony's been doing a good job. See, he's in a Premier League club. He's been playing at Burnley all season, 24 appearances there, so he's got better. These guys aren't forgotten. Ruben Neves, unbelievable player. Look at how well-rounded he is. He's amazing. He's been playing 30 odd games at Stuttgart instead of playing 10 games for me, and he has no cons, right? Which is fairly awesome. I don't know why I have a coach keeping up with him. That's a bit weird. Oh, I think he's the under-21s manager. That makes more sense. But yeah, these guys are all playing reasonably. Nathan getting a few games. Nuri getting a few games. Moroccan Bill has actually been playing in the La Liga. The La Liga. He's been playing in the La Liga all season. 24 games, 8 sub appearances. He's been playing really well, and he is going to be a fucking superstar. So he'll come straight back in and it'd be part of the rotation. Lucas Silva won the league in Italy with Fiorentina, played reasonably well, will probably make way and I'll sell him off. I don't know. There's a whole bunch more. Rodon Rotario, for instance, been playing over at QPR in the Premier League. He's been doing really well. Well, he's not been doing amazingly well, but neither have QPR, so it doesn't, no skin off my nose. So yeah, these guys, they're making me money by going out on loan often. They are saving me money. I don't have to pay their wages, which is good, because otherwise I feel like when they all come back, my wage budget is going to be blown through that absolute bloody roof. But yeah, so it's been a good season. There's going to be some more transitioning in the squad. There's going to be some, I'm going to call it financial rationalization. I thought I was going to be able to be a bit more financially expansive as I brought up this team, that I've been managing for 2 years. But it seems like actually my methods of stretching out payments and stuff like that are probably doing more damage than I'm maybe noticing. So hopefully we can maintain this level of achievement with a similar level of kind of fiscal responsibility, and also just squad management, so that I don't waste a lot of potential and talent, because I don't like doing that, and it does sometimes happen, and it upsets me. But I feel like the players that have gone out on loan have got lots of games and lots of experience, and so that is no bad thing. So yeah, I thought I'd just do that before the stats all disappear. So you can see my absolute stars: Balotelli, Hendo, Baiano, Chan. Oh, well, I'll just bugger that out, didn't I? Hendo, Baiano, Chan, Sterling. That's about the stars. Maybe with Eder as well. But yeah, the kind of the second tier, and then the players who are in danger of getting flogged. So yeah, I think that's about it. Looking forward to getting into a new season, going through some more youth players and sorting their training out and all stuff like that. Stuff I live for, as you know. And I think that's probably a good place to stop it for my end of season review. Go Liverpool. All right, bye guys.